So as mentioned earlier, August 15th is Gwangbokjeol, or National Liberation Day here in South Korea. In honor of this historic day, for our weekly focus this week, we're going to see how those who sacrificed their lives for the nation's independence are honored and remembered here in the country. For more on this, we have a reporter Lee Eun-hee in the studio. Welcome, Eun-hee.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. So our first question for you, Eun-hee, is Thursday marked the 79th anniversary of Korea's National Liberation Day. So for those who aren't really familiar with this day, please tell the significance of what it is.
South Korea celebrates National Liberation Day every year on August 15th, known as Gwangbokjeol in Korean. It marks the anniversary of the day Korea regained independence from Japan in 1945 after 35 years of colonization. Gwangbokjeol combines Gwangbok, meaning restoration of light, and jeol, which means festival day. This day honors the sacrifices of countless individuals who fought for freedom with a variety of events held across the country. Every year, the Independence Hall of Korea hosts events like air shows and cultural performances. Another way to commemorate this historic day is by visiting local museums, as they offer special exhibitions around the anniversary. This includes the National Museum of Korea in Seoul's Yongsan-gu district, which showcases highlights of Korea's journey to liberation and offers visitors the opportunity to explore its history in depth.
And you recently covered a story on the National Museum of Korea's exhibition on Gwangbokjeol. So could you tell us more about the exhibition?
This year, the National Museum of Korea is running a special exhibition on the independence movement from July 26th, titled 나석주, Undying Fire for Independence, introducing independence activist 나석주. This exhibition is meaningful as it showcases for the first time 7 letters that 나석주 wrote to his fellow independence fighters. Taegeukgi may be less well-known than other Korean independence activists, but his contributions were no less impactful. Born in 1892, Na threw bombs at the Oriental Development Company and the Joseon Industrial Bank, two key institutions used by Japan to exploit Korea's land and resources, on December 28, 1926. Following the attack, he took his own life later that same day. The letters on display, designated as National Registered Cultural Heritage by the Korean government, detail his plan as well as his determination to sacrifice his life to expose the injustices of Japanese imperialism to the world. Even though the bombs misfired, his determined resolve to end his life at the age of 34 is forever remembered.
Right, so this exhibition seems to showcase a lot of meaningful artifacts. So I want to ask you, how well attended was the exhibition on this Gwangbokjeol National Liberation Day and also introducing 나석주?
Yeah, so there were many families, including families with young children and tourists from around the world. Such events often attract large crowds from both at home and abroad, especially around anniversaries, as people are keen to learn about history and heritage. Last year, the museum honored National Liberation Day with a display of personal belongings from Korean independence activists Lee Bong-chang and Yoon Bong-gil. This year, the museum offered new insights into Korea's journey toward independence by featuring works from 나석주.
It's just the story of wanting peace and wanting to be free and to do, what he did to sacrifice his life for what he felt was freedom for the country. And so just really fascinating to read the details and to learn a little bit more about all the history. So.
He threw bombs. 나석주 was a remarkable activist.
Another special display honors the 79th anniversary of National Liberation Day. The Korean national flag is called the Taegeukgi, and this is the oldest remaining example, dating back to at least 1891. King Gojong presented the flag to his American diplomatic advisor, Owen Denny, upon his dismissal before Denny left for the United States. This flag is thus known as Denny's Taegeukgi and was donated to Korea by a descendant of Denny's in 1981.
Just the evolution of the design and the colors, and I like how with the harmony and bringing in the yin and yang and then the different elements of the earth, and just to represent the country is really unique in my perspective.
The special displays of activist 나석주's documents in the Taegeukgi will be on display until October 9th at the National Museum of Korea's permanent exhibition hall in the Korean Empire Gallery, and admission is free. The gallery is open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. with extended hours until 9 p.m. on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
So National Liberation Day is part of Korean history. So I'm sure that a lot of our viewers will want to know more about the country's history. So are there any more exhibitions available on it?
Of course, the National Museum of Korea has a permanent collection featuring Korea's historical artifacts. Displays include the portrait of King Gojong of the Joseon dynasty who proclaimed the founding of the Korean Empire, and 대동여지도, or the map of the Great East, as well as traditional sculptures.
Alongside the special displays, the National Museum of Korea's permanent collection features artifacts from the Joseon dynasty, so be sure to explore them.
Curator Yoo Se-rom said she hopes that those exhibitions on Korea's history will help people reflect on the meaning of liberation.
Very interesting. So it's really heartening to see these sacrifices are not forgotten and being honored every year. All right, thank you, Eun-hee, for your report today. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure.